So did we find out what the puddle was from?
What puddle?
On the chair?
No.
No?
My mom thinks it was just water.
It's kind of yellow.
And it smelled like pee.
Sometimes when you have to go.
Your little darling, pulling yourself up with your balloon. In my mind I take your picture, in my mind I think of rambling tune. With a tinge of madness I sing it softly to the moon. Singing, carry me, oh carry me, oh carry me away. Bicycle with hands was made. In my room of bluish paint that her little hands did paint. In my room I wasn't wasting away with all my pain. So carry me, carry me, carry me.
Okay, so it is week 1 of Camp NaNoWriMo, April 2020.
Week 1.
It's week 1, woohoo! And it's day 3. I didn't vlog the first 2 days because I was still finishing up my last vlog. I've been working on my new project for the past 2 days, mostly just yesterday though. I didn't do a lot for it on day 1 because I was still finishing my last project. And I'm vlogging in front of Patrick because I can't find anywhere to vlog quietly by myself. So I have to get used to vlogging in front of people now. So I've been working on my new project for the past 2 days. I'm working on what could really be considered book 2 of a series. My first book could potentially be a part of that I haven't quite decided if I'm gonna go that direction or not, but I do really want to write this story. So this is the story of one of the characters who was introduced in my first book, but is not a main character, and it's just her story. So I don't have a title for it yet. I'm just calling it Project Liberty. So what I'm doing for Camp NaNoWriMo is I'm outlining this project and possibly starting the first draft of it. I used to just draft the first draft by the seat of my pants and just kind of write and see where the story took me. And that's what happened with my first book. And I think that's partly why my first book has taken me so long and why it's taken so many rounds of revisions. It's been such a headache trying to organize all of the beta feedback for the last 8 months of my life. Just because it's very messy, and I think if I had started off with a stronger outline to begin with, it wouldn't be such a messy book. I've re-outlined that first book several times, and I think it's finally getting to where I want it. But my goal with this next book is I want to start off with a nice, strong outline and then build on that when I'm writing it. So the way I've decided to do that is I am using a combination of Scrivener and Save the Cat Writes a Novel. Yesterday, I was going through the 15 beats of Save the Cat Writes a Novel. So what I'm going to attempt to do right now is go into Scrivener and build the outline based on those 15 beats. I don't know if that's even gonna make sense or how this is going to work, but I'm thinking if I just have a section for every beat of the book and then just write that beat in that section, that'll make a stronger 0 draft for this book, and then I can go in and write the first draft, build on that outline. I don't know if that makes any sense. So just going into Scrivener, I have to close my file that I've been using to organize all my beta reader feedback, and I couldn't help but notice the word count on my beta feedback which is insane. Hipster writer beanie.
Yeah. Be a beard too. That's
Yeah.
cute. Actually, it looks like a yellow rain hat.
Anyways, now that I have Patrick's beanie on, I'll create a folder for every beat. How about that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, I'm not gonna do this. That's ridiculous.
Start over.
I'm gonna
Delete that. Everything.
1, 2, 3,
Destroy the evidence.
4. I usually start with, we'll do 3-act structure. So, okay, start with a 3-act structure. So I'll start with 3 folders to be 3 acts of the book. Okay, that's better. And then within Act 1, 5 beats. And then we've got 7 beats in Act 2. Perfect. So now I'm just gonna make all of these the beats. So this one is gonna be called Opening Image.
I've got my smart device, I've got my camera, I've got my makeup on, I got my pretty little look. Let me tell you about my book. Maybe I got ideas and know a place where I can go. So if you got ideas, come on, let's start the show.
It is day 7 of Camp NaNoWriMo, which means it's the last day of week 1. Week 1 went fairly well. It was a little bit disorganized. I wasn't exactly sure how to track my progress because I'm mostly outlining right now. In the beginning, I was tracking by word count, just any notes that I wrote to myself I counted, or any scenes that I started to write. And then I realized I didn't really want to track that way because it didn't really reflect how much work I was putting into it. And so yesterday I decided I was going to start tracking by hours instead. And since you can't track by hours on the Camp NaNoWriMo website the way it is right now, I don't know why I decided to do it this way, but this is the way I'm doing it. I just changed my goal to 50,000 words, and I'm decided that 1,000 words is equal to an hour. So for every hour I do, I track 1,000 words. So basically I've got about an hour every day this week that I've worked, and then there were 2 hours on like Thursday that I worked on the book. But anyways, so I'm on track to meet my goal of 50 hours for the month. For the most part. Actually, I need to do a little bit of catching up. But anyways, I have decided that with the whole self-quarantine thing and then also being in school right now, I'm struggling to find a good routine for doing my homework and then working on my book. And so what I decided is I just sat down last night and just tried to imagine, okay, what is my ideal day? What does my ideal day look like? And for me, I know that my ideal day starts at 5 o'clock in the morning with exercise and working on my book before anyone else is awake, and doing it at my desk. And so my desk has kind of become a big mess because both Patrick and I have been using it, and it's just kind of become the catch-all for the clutter that we don't know what to do with and just don't have the space for because we are living in our bedroom. We've downsized an entire apartment into just this one bedroom, and so we have a lot of crap and a lot of stuff that we need to organize. And so I decided that what I'm gonna do today is I am going to clean up my desk and make it a workspace that I can utilize during this time so that tomorrow I can begin week 2 bright and early, the way that I like to work best. Let's clean this desk. I have tidied up the desk somewhat. There's still quite a bit of clutter that I, to be honest, just don't know what to do with, and so it's gonna stay where it is. But for the most part, I've kind of got my desk back to the setup that I had it at before, where I'll be able to work at it. So that should be good. For right now, it is my bedtime since I'm getting up at 5 in the morning to start week 2 nice and strong. It's almost 10 o'clock, and ideally when I wake up at 5, I like to be getting ready for bed by 9. So I'm a little bit late, but that's okay. Ideally, I would like to be able to work from home someday. And so I figured now is the best time to practice that and see if that's something I would actually be able to do. I tried doing that when we first moved here before I got my job. Did not work out so well. Turns out that working from home, you really need to have a lot of discipline. I found that it is hard for me. It's harder for me to get up early when I don't have to because I don't have a boss who's expecting me to go to work. So I've decided that I'm going to give this whole working from home thing another try. I just need to treat it like me preparing for the day tomorrow. I am the boss. So Rayleigh preparing for the next day is the boss. Rayleigh waking up the next morning to get ready for work is the employee. So tonight I am my boss and I need to tell employee Rayleigh what to do in the morning. And so I'm going to write up my plans for tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow morning when I wake up, I am my own employee and I need to do what the boss says. So that's the idea. We'll see how it goes. So tune in next week to see how my working for myself experiment goes and if I actually end up getting up early and doing all the things I say I'm going to do. Anyways, but that's a wrap for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that your Camp Nano is going well, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!
Rayleigh, would you come and take a walk with me? We'll cross over the mountains and we'll reach the pale blue sea. I love you, I'm so glad you love me too, and I wrote this song for you.